a lot has been said already. One takeaway, please keep this manual with you. A lot of what you've heard is here repeated. Also, the SBA resource guide is, this is sort of a digest of what's really on the website. So all the stuff we talk about, a lot more, is there. Okay, just to put this all in context, the SBA is the parent organization, and you're looking at the children of. So there's my brother, you see, the SCORE group and the SBTDCs that I'm a member of, and I happen to be at Tech Town in Detroit. That's our office, but there's all the offices, again, in the manual. We work in tandem, and there are actually three others. So think of SBA as mother, parent, and then there's 5 children, SCORE, Small Business Development Centers, us, the Women Business Center, CEED, that's the host for today, the Veterans Group that is headquartered in Flint, and then the Export Assistance Center, and there's one very close by, and that one's at Tech Town too. Okay, enough about us. So you've been hearing about all this power and everything that's coming to you, and you are entitled to all this. This is your tax dollars at work. That's why the price is right. It's so right. Do you realize you've already paid for your services from us through your tax dollars? And if you don't utilize our services, your competitors will and are. So you don't want to pay for the benefits that your competitors can achieve through us. So benefits. Our services are very similar to what SCORE does. There's counseling and training, and the price is right for counseling. It's free, one-on-one, and do know that everything is super confidential. We lock the door. We cannot talk amongst ourselves about you unless you give us permission. For example, if you're working with CEED and working on your loan proposal, we cannot talk to CEED about issues or anything unless you've given us permission. So you know that everything you tell us is held in strictest confidence, because we do hear everything. Okay, what are the benefits to you of all these wonderful services? Think of training, think of counseling, and I have one more to add to the mix, and that's called research. And I'll get to that in a minute. So first of all, the big benefit is the price is right? I mean, yeah, no cost to you, no out-of-pocket costs, so come see us. What we really are talking about here is the business of being in business. You see the big picture? Yes, there's a lot of issues you have to talk about in the food business, very specific, but there's something else, entrepreneurs. You've got to run this business. You've got to be the manager. You suddenly have to acquire all these skills in addition to being able to put good food on the table. Now what? We have all the answers. Now, when Vanessa started out, she said, to apply for the seed loan, you first have to have a business plan. That's your ticket to the big show. So I visualize a business plan and maybe a 3-ring binder that you're going to give to Vanessa. Again, that's only a component of the loan package. There's a lot of others. There's a list that you will get when you go to the orientation. And that's true of banks too. You just don't go in there and sit down with a loan officer, whatever the organization, smile at them and say, how much are you going to give me? They're going to say, there's the door. Go home, manager, and figure out what your financial status is now, what you can afford to do, and how much do you need. And oh, by the way, where do you need it for? So when you go to Vanessa or any other lender, you're going to have a list of what you want to spend this money for. And then the big answer that they're looking for is where are you going to get the money to pay me back? You see what the business plan is? It's that whole thing about how I'm going to do marketing and penetrate the marketing and all that. Tom talked about your credit report. Vanessa, they don't really credit score, but banks do. So you've got this red hot business plan. You've got a complete loan package. You go into a lender, they shake your hand, give you a piece of paper to sign, and then they go check your credit score. Oh my goodness. So you got to be there ahead of them. That's why Tom was talking about when they start counseling with folks, the first thing they say is pull your credit report. There's another benefit. Get that credit report today, because it takes time to go back and forth and challenge anything that looks strange or isn't right. Loan package packaging. Loan package packaging. Is that even English? We are experts at that, by the way. And the clock doesn't start ticking until the loan package is complete. So you will hear people complain about having applied for a loan and it's been 6 months and I haven't heard anything. Chances are there's something that they're waiting for, a tax return or a personal financial statement or something. So why go in there with a complete loan package, whether it's Vanessa or some other lender? And again, we're very expert at that. And it's got to be in some kind of an organized fashion with a table of contents. And your tax returns, if you're an existing business, are part of it. And your personal tax returns are always a part of it. We can help you with that. Okay, there's some other things. When you do create your business plan, you're going to make a bunch of assumptions. A business plan is written in 2 languages, English and numbers. English and numbers. Do you know the language of numbers? I'm an accountant by training and profession. It's very objective and very true, but unless you do this stuff every day, it's a little difficult to get really red-hot financial statements that you understand and can explain historically. And then you're not done. You're going to have to do projections into the future. 3 years at least. Oh my goodness, how do I read the future? How do I read the future? I have a benefit for you. Part of our organization is that we can do research for you to get the norms that are existing in your business. What are other like-kind businesses spending on rent, on employees, on raw materials, whether it's food or packaging or whatever, on accounting fees, on this, that, and the other. We can do a real assessment of what the profile is of your ideal customers and how many are there. Part of our research process, I can give you a list of leads, names. You're only, because it's free and we don't charge you for it, you can only get 100 in a lifetime. But that 100 could be enough. It's a geographical thing. Perhaps you're going to put down your food service at a particular address. How many miles around that food address should we look? 2 miles, 5 miles? Certainly not 100 miles. Will people come 100 miles to have breakfast with you every day? Maybe not. 5 miles, maybe. Now, can we get once that we get a profile from you of your ideal customers, whether they're people or businesses, right? Lunches, corporate events. So there are businesses that are in your future as customers. How many are there that you can reach, say, within a reasonable radius? All right, now you can put this all together. Now you hit the banker over the head. Look at my location. Look at how powerful it is. And look at all the customers that I can reach so easily.